Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I achieved this beautiful bridal look on my model Stasia. First, I'm going to cleanse the skin using the cleansing water from Dear Dahlia. This will help to remove any buildup without stripping the skin and is a great first step in any skincare routine. Next, I'm using the Glow Toner from Charlotte Tilbury to rebalance the skin's pH and help the further products to absorb better. I'm following the massage lines and covering all of the face, also not forgetting the neck and décolleté area. Then I'm following up with Charlotte's Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. I love this serum as it contains the vitamin C and it's really nice and smooth on the skin and also creates immediate and long-lasting hydration. I love to pamper my brides, and for this I'm using the 24K Gold Eye Masks, which are anti-aging and contain hydrolyzed collagen and hyaluronic acid. While the patches are working their magic, I like to give the under eye area a gentle drainage massage with this amazing vibrating tool that I've got off Amazon. Next, I'm going to hydrate the skin with Emma Lewisham's Supernatural 72-Hour Hydration Face Cream. This time I decided to use the flat synthetic brush from MAC to apply the cream. Sometimes I use my hands, but it really just depends on how I feel that day. I'm also not forgetting the lips, and I'm covering them in my all-time favorite Lucas Popo Balm. Once the patches did their magic, I'm then following up with a Cryo Recovery Eye Serum from Charlotte Tilbury. This wonderful serum not only brightens and awakens the eyes, but it also contains the caffeine complex, which is wonderful for any bride. This time I decided to use Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat Blur Primer. Well, normally I really like this primer. However, if I'm being honest, this time the formulation didn't quite agree with the foundation that I chose to use for this look. So next time I'm not going to combine these two. So the foundation that I chose for this look is my new NARS Reflecting Foundation. This is a gorgeous flawless finish foundation. It is quite sheer but also buildable. I would say it's more on a medium side coverage. I like to use the Wet Beauty blender and push it into the skin. Sometimes I like to apply it with the brush and then following up with a Wet Beauty blender in order to blend everything in a seamless finish. I like to apply this foundation in areas. You can see I'm covering one area and lightly pushing it into the skin. I find that it sets quite quickly, so if you are not blending it well straight away, you may find it a little bit harder to blend it later. When applying the makeup, I always remember to cover the ears too. As funny as it is, the ears are always a little bit redder than the rest of the skin. I decided to use Estee Lauder's Double Wear Concealer for this bridal look. It's a wonderful bridal concealer. It sets really quickly, it stays in place, and it is medium to full coverage formula. As you see in this video, I am applying most of my products with a brush first, and then I'm using Wet Beauty blender to pat everything in place. I really like such way of application because the beauty blender mimics the skin and it just blends everything perfectly without leaving any streaks. Now on to my favorite part of the makeup, the contouring. I'm going to use one of my favorite contouring products from Kiko, and this is the Cream Contour Stick in Hazelnut. It's perfect for my fair clients. You can see the color just matches Stasia's skin so well, gives her a little bit of definition and maybe even just a little of a bronzing finish, which I really like. Stasia is quite fair, so I decided to use a blending brush in order to apply the contouring product onto the skin. Like this, I'm dispersing the product in a much more sheer layer. I wanted this bridal look to be very fresh, so for that I'm using the cream blusher from Dear Dahlia in Sunset Romance. I'm buffing the product with a brush and then switching onto the fingers just to give that more natural blend, and also a little bit on the nose to tie in the whole look together. On the eyes, I'm using one of my favorite tinted eye shadows from Armani in number 12. This is a gorgeous, sheer, luminous, silver-like color. It looks gorgeous on the eyes, but you have to be really careful and apply it in a really thin layer in order to stay well and not to crease throughout the day. I wanted to keep the eye fairly neutral, but I knew that I needed some definition near the lash line, and for that I'm using Max Factor's Gray Eye Pencil. At this point, I wasn't quite sure if I wanted a flick or not, but when I started to blend it into the lash line, it was clear to me that a tiny flick would benefit the overall look. I'm also adding the gray color inside the waterline in the inner corner of the eye to elongate the eye and make it a little bit more defined. Next, I'm going to tame the eyebrows and brush them in place using this amazing, super strong, got-to-be brow gel. Once you comb it through the lashes, they literally do not budge. So I wanted to keep brows fairly neutral, so I'm using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Deep Brow Pomade in Blonde. I have popped some individual eyelashes off camera and I'm going to coat them in this waterproof Illamasqua mascara. For this, I'm using my Kitco fan brush for the eyelashes. I really like this technique as it separates the lashes and let me get right into the roots. It is also very convenient when coating the lower lashes, as I find that I'm so clumsy with the disposable ones. Next, I'm going to brighten the eyes using the eye cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. Look how fresh the eyes look now. I love my brides fresh and glowing, and for this I'm using Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury, which I'm also applying with a damp sponge. Now I need to powder all of the areas that I have applied cream to, so I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder to do so. I love this powder, it is so fine and it has this blurring effect that looks so beautiful on camera. I knew that I wanted lips to be fairly neutral for this gorgeous bridal look, so I chose Soar Lip Liner from MAC and I've applied it generously all over the lips. And then I had a feeling that I don't want a sharp line, and what I did is I just went with a clean brush and just smudged the edges a little bit for that kind of a beaten lip finish. Then I thought that I wanted to add a little bit of a shine to the lip, so I'm using this Flawless Jade Shine Liquid lipstick from Florasis and only concentrating it in the middle of the pout. And to finish this look, I'm using Huda Beauty highlighter in Luna, and I'm covering all of the chestal area. If I'm honest, the Luna highlighter dried out pretty quick in my bottle, so I have added a little bit of the liquid oil to it, and you can see that two together combine so well, and the shine is just so beautiful on the skin. And I'm also not forgetting the ears. Have a look, just adding that tiny little touch to the ears just ties in the whole look together. And of course, we need to set everything in place for the long-lasting finish. For this, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's setting spray. And this is my English Rose bridal look complete. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. This is my first tutorial on the model on this YouTube channel, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. As usual, hit that like button, comment underneath, and let me know what you guys want me to create in my future videos.